You ever notice how procrastination doesn't even feel like laziness anymore? It feels automatic. You tell yourself you're going to start in 5 minutes, then somehow 3 hours disappear. And the crazy part? Even while you're avoiding the thing, part of your brain is stressing about it the entire time. So now you're not resting. You're just trapped in this weird, in-between state where you feel guilty, overwhelmed, and mentally stuck. Most people think procrastination is a time problem. It's not. It's a loop. And once you see the loop, you start realizing why breaking it feels almost impossible. Here's what nobody tells you. Procrastination usually isn't caused by the task itself. It's caused by what your brain thinks the task will make you feel. Stress, pressure, failure, uncertainty, discomfort. Your brain sees that feeling coming and instantly looks for escape routes. That's why you randomly start cleaning your room, scrolling, watching videos, eating, checking notifications. Even things that look productive can just be emotional escape. And every time you escape the discomfort, your brain learns, avoiding this makes me feel better. That's the loop. The procrastination loop usually works like this. You think about something important. Your brain predicts discomfort. You avoid the task. You temporarily feel relief. Then guilt kicks in. Now the task feels even heavier than before, which creates even more avoidance the next time. And over time, your brain starts associating important goals with stress instead of reward. That's why sometimes the bigger the goal is, the harder it becomes to even start. Not because you're incapable, but because your nervous system has been trained to escape pressure instead of process it. And this is where it gets deeper. A lot of people think motivation creates action, but most action actually comes from emotional regulation, meaning if you can't sit with discomfort, your brain will constantly search for stimulation instead. That's why modern distractions are so dangerous. Short videos, constant notifications, instant entertainment, endless scrolling. They train your brain to avoid stillness. So when it's finally time to do something difficult, your mind panics the second boredom or discomfort appears. Not because you're weak, because your brain got conditioned for instant escape. And the scary part? The longer this cycle repeats, the more it slowly changes your identity. You stop saying, "I procrastinate sometimes," and start believing, "I'm just a procrastinator." A lot of people watching this probably know exactly what this feels like. You have goals. You want to change. You even get inspired sometimes. But when it's finally time to execute, something inside you shuts down. Then you watch other people stay disciplined, build businesses, get in shape, improve their lives, while you keep feeling stuck in the same cycle. And eventually, the frustration stops becoming external and becomes internal. You start questioning yourself, your discipline, your consistency, your potential, not realizing your brain has been running the same emotional survival pattern for years. But here's the important part. The loop can be retrained, not through motivation, through repetition. Every time you start before you feel ready, you weaken the loop. Every time you sit through discomfort without escaping, you retrain your nervous system. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your identity slowly changes. Because discipline isn't really built in giant moments. It's built in small moments, where your brain wants escape and you choose action anyway. That's how people transform. Not overnight, but through repeated proof that they can trust themselves again. The scary thing about procrastination is that most people never realize they're trapped in a loop. They just think they lack motivation. But once you understand the pattern, you start seeing it everywhere. In your habits, your distractions, your emotions, even your identity. And the next step is understanding why modern life is designed to keep your brain overstimulated in the first place.